And we're live here from Gainesville, Florida, as we're here for the Week 5 matchup in the SEC between the Alabama Crimson Tide and the Florida Gators. And in the booth, it's your boy, Dick Dickey. And join with me tonight, J-Mac. What's up, J-Mac?
What's going on, my guy? How you doing?
Doing good, man. We got a good SEC battle here tonight at this middle game between Alabama and Florida. You're a Florida native, so you know a little something about the Gators out of Gainesville. What you looking forward to in this matchup?
I'm looking forward to see if Alabama defense has improved. The last two games, they have given up a total of over 200 points, and Florida itself, you know, they won their first SEC game last week, and see if they're looking forward. They're looking past Alabama because they got Tennessee next week, which pretty much, you know, it is a top of the SEC.
Yes, sir. Florida only losing one game this year, non-conference to the defending champs, but it was a close single-digit loss. But other than that, they've been beating teams by double digits: Oklahoma State, Texas Tech, and Kentucky last week. So we'll look to see if they can continue that strong start. And for Bama, like you said, they haven't won a game yet, giving up a lot of points. See if their defense can take some precedence tonight and just at least, if they can't win this one, just show some type of some grit and grind to their nature. As you see Florida in the first bucket of the game. I'm a big fan of Aldon Smith, averaging 12 and 7. over 80%. He was the one there to get that offensive board and put back. You see the starting unit for Crimson Tide. There's Barry. Turnaround Jay is good.
Yeah. Alabama has the pieces. I don't know if they have the pieces to compete with Florida long term. So it's important for the starters to get off to a great start tonight.
Yes, as Baba misses there, here comes Joshua Schwerin. Schwerin has been a player that want to take steps up. He can't do it all for them, but he's a guy that definitely has the potential to go off any game. He's only averaging 10 this season on a 38% shooting, struggling this season. But any given game he can step up. As there's Yates, no good. Inside, was able to get the offensive board. Here comes Florida running the other way, lobbing it up. Alden Smith, another bucket.
Good basket from Florida. Yeah, Sharon, he has a talent to be a big time player. It's how they're using him in Bama and putting him in the right spots because in the past he has showed he can put points on the board.
There's another miss from Schwerin. Here's Yank. Yank could get a screen from Smith. Gets another one off that one. Driving in through the defense, too strong. Good interior presence from Alabama.
Yeah, I think he got away with the travel there too.
There's Watts from downtown. Back rim, no good. A long pass up. Smith, nice spin move for the slam.
Getting fancy early. Watts got to play better defense when it's one-on-one like that. And you can see from the graphic, Bama already shooting 1 for 5. Does not bode well.
Struggling from the field as there's Watts. Pull up, no good. Yates able to draw the foul.
That's a good rebound by Yates.
His second offensive board tonight. Only center on this roster for Alabama. Averaging about 4 rebounds a game. Already got half that here in the first quarter, getting a start tonight.
Yeah, for these big bodies for Florida, Luigi, Alden Smith, you need to put your biggest guy out there, especially when they're in the starting lineup.
Yeah, for sure. As Alden Smith, he's been very good this year for Florida. One of the guys that stepped up for them. Even DeAndre Williams off the bench averaging. They have 6 guys averaging double figures for this Florida Gator team. Is Yank not able to hit. Schwerin pushing it the other way. He's flying by the defense for the slam. Joshua Schwerin.
Yeah, he went right past Bauer there. That's typically not like Bauer. He usually plays better defense than that.
Here's Bob at the top of the key. Gets the string from Smith from downtown. No good. This Alabama team is playing them close here early. It's now Bryson Buccelli. Top of Schwerin. Now the switch on to Medici. Pass inside, Barry off the glass, no good. Now Gumba Baba. Out the ink.
Yeah, he had the lane. He should have took that layup.
It seems that Florida's playing a little passive to start. There's Medici, mid-range jumper, no good. Comes Watts. Good transition defense from Florida to stop the break. But Barry got a mismatch. They get it to him. See if he can work out. Goes up. That one's good. And Alabama takes the lead.
Mouse in the house for Barry. I don't think he even saw his man down there.
And Florida takes the timeout down 1. What do you think Florida has to do? They're playing really passive, like I said a minute ago, and just settling for jump shots when I think they could be a team that can attack the rim.
Yeah, they're playing very sluggish so far. You know, very uncharacteristic of a Florida team. Um, they just have to be themselves. You know, Alabama is playing some solid defense, but they are playing very passive, and that does not bode well. See, like that. You know, play aggressive.
As Brooklyn Kurtz will see both these bench units out here. We'll see who steps up for which unit. I know DeAndre Williams is a guy that I got my eye on off the bench for Alabama. So here's Ty Mabin. He's another guy I got my eye on for Alabama. So there's Curry for three. That one rims out, was halfway down.
Yeah, DeAndre Williams, he's been a great transfer pickup from Michigan State. He dropped 20 points last game versus Kentucky. So, you know, another guy that can put points on the board.
There's Kurtz for three. Bang! Back-to-back buckets for Brooklyn Kurtz. As his Florida team up four. And he's a guy, the junior point guard. We've seen him in the starting lineup a bit, but now coming off the bench, providing that spark. You know, he's averaging almost 5 assists. There's Kobe Curry, the one-handed slam.
Yeah, Kobe Curry, he's going to play a very vital part if Alabama's second unit one and keeps it close with Florida. You have the Smith boys, you have DeAndre Williams, you have Kurtz. You know, Curry's going to need to step up to the plate.
Yeah, he's really been kind of obsolete here this season for Crimson Tide as far as the scoring option. You know, oh, a nice contested three, Adam Smith.
That's disrespectful, but good shot.
They're just right in his mouth. So now here's Curry on the wing to Davis. Gordon driving, good pass inside to Davis. Oh, can't finish. Got to finish those easy ones around the rim. Florida run the other way. DeAndre Williams bucket and the foul.
You know, just like that, he gets on the board. Opportunity for a 3-point play. On the other end, Bama, they made perfect play. They just, you know, didn't finish at another end. Didn't finish the play.
DeAndre Williams shooting 60% from the field on the season. 11.5 points. Just a scoring threat for Florida off the bench. Just provides a great spark of offense. It was a great pickup for Florida this season. As he spent the last 2 seasons at Michigan State, averaging 4.5 in both seasons. So he just stepped up here in a new role and been thriving really well.
So, you know, different atmosphere, different coaching, you know, different system. So he has found his niche and it's working out for him.
Is that one no good from Mabin? Kurtz. Now Banks. Williams for three. No good. Good pass inside to Mabin. And bucket is good. He'll go to the line for one more. Ty Mabin.
Yeah, Bama needed that. You know, they have it. They only scored 2 points since the second unit came in, so they needed something to break the momentum Florida was gaining.
Yeah, he definitely, Ty Mabin, the sophomore, spent his freshman season at Arkansas.
Yeah, he wanted to stay within the SEC. He chose Bama. You know, they had an opening for him, especially with Shoringen as a number one guy there. So he can play the two or the backup three. And, he chose Bama.
There's a timeout from Florida, up 5 with about a minute left here in the first. They've taken the lead. You know, they've shown this bench unit between Brooklyn Kurtz. They got Adam Smith, DeAndre Williams, all 3 of those guys is tough off the bench for Florida. Has them up here by 5. Here's Williams driving. That layup no good. Gets it back. Blocked. 3rd time's the charm.
Yeah, that's tough for Davis. Williams is out hustling him on that play. he out hustled two Bama players on that play. So that's great take by Williams. Beautiful play,
Good
pass by
pass,
Bama.
yeah. And a way to dive at the rim after setting the pick for Anderson. That was a great play. Boom, there is now Kurtz. Williams in the corner to Smith. Banks. Kurtz off the screen. Splits the defenders for the layup. Easy. Brooklyn Kurtz.
Yeah, the big man for Bama. They have to play better. They let them split that. Now you have no rim protection.
Now here's Anderson on the elbow. Gives it to Jermichael Gordon. He gets a little space off the screen. No good, but Davis, a second chance opportunity. Now Kobe Curry, that jumper, no good. And at the end of the first quarter, Florida 21, Alabama 14. Stick around, we'll be right back with your second quarter action. It's the CSBA on Twitch. We're back here. 7-point lead for Florida. Started off pretty even. Once this bench unit came in for the Gators, they've been balling. What have you seen that first quarter, J-Mac, that you like from both these teams?
Bama, uh, they ran good plays. They just didn't finish them all the time. So that's what I did like from Bama. They did run good plays. They just didn't finish. And for Florida, once again, everyone's kind of contributing. So I love how everyone's touching the ball. So that's typical Florida basketball.
A very balanced attack from Florida's. Now here's Bama the other way. Davis, a quick 4-0 run for Bama to start here in the second quarter.
Yeah, that's what Bama need. They need easy points, because they're not finishing at the rim, so they need easy points to get on the board.
Now here's Williams. Shot up. Good for three. Adam Smith, another three.
Yeah, he'll shoot it in your face. So if he's wide open, he's definitely going to shoot it.
Oh, and that one no good for Maben. Now here's Adam Smith. Oh, almost stripped there by Maben, but he's able to corral it back. In the corner, Williams. Too much space. Hits that jumper. DeAndre Williams. Alabama will take a timeout. Down 8.
Just like that, it was a 3-point game. Now it's back to an 8-point game. Well, that's the 8 point. That's the bigger lead of the night. It's one thing you're missing layups on the other end. It's another thing when you start letting them shoot 3-pointers.
Yeah. Now here's Yates with a Schwerin. Up top to Watts. Watts pull up three. No good. Here comes Florida pushing it the other way. Medici stop and pop. That's good.
Yeah, that's his bread and butter.
Here's Buccelli inside. That layup, no good. Good defense from Yank. A lob tip.
Running. Yeah, they're
Schwerin steps out of bounds. Yeah, not watching where his feet is at.
As you can see, Bama is running good sets. They're getting good shots. They're just not cashing them in. Playing a Florida team that is deep 1 through 8 that can put points on the board. You have to convert those at a much higher clip.
There's Yank. Pull up, no good. They're playing a pretty, pretty well of defense. They just can't seem to get any offense. Yates spins, good play, and getting that layup to go.
Yeah. Good play by Bama. See the mismatch, attack the mismatch. Easy points. I just realized Baba been real quiet this game.
Yeah, he hasn't really taken over. His Yank pull up jumper, good. He's getting a start here tonight. I'm not sure if it's probably one of his first starts here this season for Florida. So he had much time on the bench throughout the first few games of the season. Now Schwerin up against Baba. No good. Good defense from Baba. See him bring it up. Pull up jumper. Good. Gumba Baba.
Yeah, just like that. They don't get a point this possession. I think they should definitely call a timeout their next possession. They need the reset.
Chili inside. Blocked inside. Alden Smith. You see the rebounding numbers. +6 advantage for Florida. Spoke Gumba right up. He's been getting active here in the second quarter.
On the other hand, Bama missed at least 3 layups. At minimum, they missed at least 3 layups, and that's 6 points right there. It'd be a totally different feel to the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He misses the first free throw. Uncharacteristic by Baba.
Baba having a tough go so far. He's probably like 1 for 4 and a missed free throw. Definitely not his usual stuff tonight. But he's playing good defense on sure engine.
Hits the second. I think that's his shooting 75% from the free throw line on the season. So out here Schwerin. The screen. Driving. Drawing the double between two defenders. No good. He had a teammate open at the top of the key. No, Bryce Buccelli can stroke it. Now Medici pumps and shoots another and misses. Almost stolen. Is stolen away. Good active hands from the Florida defense.
Yeah, it was a 2-on-1. That's tough for Bama. They had an advantage. They walked away with no points.
Here's Baba over to Yank. Alden Smith turn around. Jay not able to hit.
Yeah, outside of that quick 4-0 run to start the second quarter, Bama has only scored 2 points this quarter. And their offense is,
And being outscored by Florida is there's Barry, turnaround Jay. No good. You just can't get any.
anything going.
Yeah, and there's trips as one and dones. Florida doing really well on the glass.
Yeah.
A lob. Luigi Medici to Alden Smith. Too easy with the two-man game, and Bama will take the timeout.
Yeah, this is a couple possessions too late for Bama, but better late than never. Good timeout. They needed this timeout. Out because they only scored 6 points this quarter.
Compared to the 14 from Florida. Now here's Gordon. Fading, no good. Here's Adam Smith, his pull-up jumper, good.
Yeah, Adam Smith, he's a sharpshooter.
He's definitely a guy that can light it up from the field. There's Maben on the inside and draws the foul.
We got 2 minutes left in this half. You know, for Bama, I think it's important for them to try to cut this lead at least to 12, 13, get some type of momentum going to the half.
He hits the first. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Now Kurtz. Gets the screen, driving in the corner. Jumper up from Banks. No good.
Yeah, he had the whole lane. He had a layup.
And that one, off the head of Maben, but he's able to get it back. Now Curry, good play to get the ball, but Banks steps up. Throws him off track, and here they come the other way. There's Adam Smith over to Williams. There's Money. Back out to Smith. Pull up three. Ooh, no good.
Yeah, the point guard cut. I think it's Cuts from Florida. He missed 4 points the last 2 possessions. He had the open layup, and then he had a wide open cut and Money he missed. So Money or Banks? Yeah, I believe it was Banks. So that's four easy points he didn't take.
As he takes the lane there, drawing the foul. He'll get a chance at 2 at the line.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good.
Yeah, 42 seconds left. They have to convert every time they go down court. The rest of this half, they probably have 2 more possessions left.
They need to get a bucket on this possession for sure. There's Maben, pull up, jumper, bang.
They gave him a 2-pointer for that one, but that's a big shot.
Should have gave him 3. Kurtz driving in, no good. See if Bama could get some points on this possession as well. They'll hold it for the last shot. There's Maben. From the logo, no good. And at the half, Florida 39, Alabama 26. Stick around, we'll be right back with your CSBA halftime show. We're back at the half. Florida with a double-digit lead here in that first half. Playing some really good team basketball, using their stars. What have you liked in that first half, J-Mac?
For Florida, they're playing solid. This is not the best brand of basketball they have played so far this year, but they are playing solid. They're playing it well enough to get the job done. For Bama, it don't look like that another team will score near 100 points on them tonight. So that's a start, I would say, for their defensive progression. But their offense is still struggling. Like last game, they only scored in the 50s. So as you can see, 26 points in a half is not going to get it done with most teams in this league.
Yeah, gonna have to do better from the field if you're Alabama on the offensive end. But their defense is not doing bad. It's actually been better than it has been throughout the season. Yeah, like you said, you got to get some work on. For 26 points in the first half is not what you would be looking to be at. As you see the halftime spotlight player, Brooklyn Kurtz, 9 points in that first half off the bench.
Yeah, he's been solid for them all game. He missed a couple opportunities, but other than that, he's been solid for them. He's been aggressive and picked the spots when he could.
You know, a good pass inside to Yates. Alden Smith got hung up on the screen.
Bama has had great sets. They just
Nice lob.
uh, that was a nice play. I will admit that was a very nice play by Florida.
Now Buccelli, top to Watts. Watts pull up, no good. We haven't heard much from him tonight. He's averaging double digits for this Bama team. It's been very quiet. As here's Baba slamming it in and drawing the foul. Gumba
Tough and one from
Baba.
Bama. Tough and one from Bama. Yeah, Watts, Sharon, they they're not going to win unless those two, play to their usual standards. And as you can see, it's 15-point deficit. If Watts and Josh Sturgeon, they're not carrying their weight so far in this game.
Baba completes the three-point play. Yeah, the stars for Bama has been very inefficient tonight. Just heads up defensive play from Florida. Here's Schwerin. Trying to work it inside, pull-up jumper. No good off the glass. Baba over to Alden Smith. Draws the double and stripped. Good double there to force the turnover.
Yeah, like their defense has definitely improved. It's their offense now.
Inside to Yates. Goes up through the defense and good.
Good big man moves.
Timeout, timeout. Start it.
Timeout, Florida. We're back here. 14-point lead. For the Gators, they have possession here. Ranked 7th in the rankings. You think they should be ranked a little higher, or?
No,
Oh, right.
they're pretty good with it where they are. There's some pretty good teams ranked ahead of them.
It's going to be a very interesting game next week. Top
Yeah,
10 matchup between Florida and
mhm.
Tennessee. With one of the, I don't see them. I don't think I'll see anything moving in the top 10. Um, even with Marquette and Georgetown playing this week, even those guys, they can still stay arguably top 5. And then the
I
clash
think,
between Michigan and Iowa next week.
yeah, Baylor and OK State play
Yeah,
this week.
8 and
That's
10.
another top 10. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's another top 10
I
matchup.
think the loser of that game might drop out of the top 10. Possibly with, no, yeah, well, no, I don't know.
Well, if Baylor lose, they're definitely dropping out of the top
Yeah,
10.
yeah. But if Oklahoma State lose, I could keep, I would keep, well, they lost to a Florida team that's ranked just one above them. So,
Yeah, but the good thing about basketball, terrible alley hoop attempt, but yeah, now 20-point lead for Florida.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Kyler said the strength of schedule for Florida. They've played Oklahoma State, Texas Tech, and Michigan. All teams ranked in the top 15 and beaten 2 out of the 3. I mean, they beat the number 18 in Oklahoma State, number 15 in Texas Tech, and it wasn't close. I mean, the closest one was the win against Texas Tech, where they only won by 11, and that's
Yep.
only 11. You feel me?
Hey, you don't have to rub it in. I was there.
Oh shit,
I
my
was.
bad. Damn, I forgot. Damn. Yeah, but they whooped Oklahoma State ass. They served them up on a platter. But you
Say
know,
they wasn't focused on Florida. They was
yeah.
focused on the week 4 championship game versus Texas Tech.
Probably they say that juice for that game. But yeah, as a top 10 team, you shouldn't have an L on your record like that. Hey, Kyler, I didn't know. I didn't realize. I forgot that Texas Tech is where J-Mac resides. Got a big game this week against Kansas.
This, yeah, 13 Kansas trying to get back on the winning side. Don't want to drop below 500.
Yeah. But, does anybody
But looking at
contest
yeah,
Michigan? They
what was
lost
that?
to. Michigan has lost, multiple games in the season and still ended up finishing great. It's not about how you
Yeah,
start; it's how you finish.
yeah, we can. Luckily for us, the week 4 game versus Oklahoma State wasn't our championship game, so we have enough time to get it together and finish strong at the
Shoot
end.
2.
Looking at the rankings, I mean, Florida probably has a case versus Iowa, being ranked over Iowa, because of their strength of schedule.
Iowa's only lost coming to the number 2 team, Georgetown. I think
Yeah,
Iowa going up 2 spots. We'll see next week if they can beat Michigan. I see them at like the number 2 spot, um, behind the winner of Georgetown Marquette this week.
yeah. I would just say for Florida's strength of schedule, for that argument, they have a better strength of schedule
Hmm.
than Iowa. And their one loss was to Georgetown, and Florida's of course one loss was to Michigan. Both close games, but the out of conference schedule for Florida was better than Iowa's.
Yeah, that was in preseason. Ty, y'all lost to Miami in preseason. And a lob to nobody from Jermichael Gordon. Not on the same
Superwoman
page.
a preseason loss does not count as a good loss. But looking at this game, Bama has more of the same, only 8 points this half. I mean, yeah, this quarter.
Another 3 ball from Adam Smith running it up.
Yeah, I'm looking at Adam Smith. I definitely see a 3-point champion there because he lets it fly and he makes it. So you got to respect it.
Now Maben, shot clock winding down. Tough jumper. No good. As we for that 10 o'clock matchup coming up next after this one, we got Louisville at Miami. Miami coming off of a heartbreaking loss last week to Duke.
Oh, that wasn't heartbreaking. That was a butt whooping. Nothing heartbreaking about that loss.
So they'll look to get in the win column this week. I think they'll absolutely destroy Louisville. Honestly, because after a loss, that's the worst time you want to play a team is after a loss. So they got something
Yeah,
to prove. And everybody,
I mean, but Louisville lost too.
yeah, they're coming off a loss as
Yeah,
well. So yeah, a close or a 8-point loss to Syracuse. So after coming off of 2 big upsets against Gonzaga and Kansas in week 2 and 3. So they have
yeah.
that
So
upset power to, get the upset here
Hmm.
tonight against Miami, but I think Miami takes care of business.
But what if Miami do lose?
And
That's two ACC losses.
yeah,
I think that's
then
probably the most for Connor ever.
yeah, as a coach, because I think he stepped in first season as Miami coach. They didn't lose in the ACC. I think it was season 4, season 5. I don't think they lost the ACC game. Season 6, they maybe lost one.
Yeah, they lost in the conference. They lost in the
Yeah,
conference
tourney.
tournament.
Yeah.
The real question is, will Michigan take the regular season serious this season?
Looks like it so far. Getting a win tonight against Illinois in convincing fashion. We'll see next week. If we win next week, then I say yeah. Lost next week, I say no. I mean, I think that's the competition
Yeah,
out there in the Big Ten is Iowa for us right now. Illinois beat us last year, so we got to get back this season. We still
yeah,
got Michigan
that's
State and Ohio State after Iowa. Ohio State's looking strong this season after a lot of changes. This SEC is
yeah.
spicy as well.
Ooh, nice play,
Good play from
nice play from
Henderson.
Bama.
Florida got Tennessee next week. They'll be at home, so Tennessee will come to town.
Yeah, that's potentially for the number one seed going to the conference tourney.
Yeah,
See, like passes like that. This finished the layup. This
trying to get too fancy with it.
yeah, this finished the layup. And you look at it, Alabama, if they hold to the score, they only lost this quarter by 3 points. But if you're trying to come back, you can't lose a quarter. You have to make up some type of ground.
Yeah, down 16 here, late in the third quarter. Here's Anderson driving and slamming it in.
DeAndre Williams, get out the way.
Yeah, on his top there. An interesting game next week if this hurts. Good to go. Alabama really struggling this season. Still looking for their first win on the year.
It's been a tough goal for Bama. Um, I know their coach recently lost someone close to him, so that just adds to the things they have going on in Bama.
Yeah, prayers out to him and him when everything's good with him. And at the end of the third quarter, Florida 58, Alabama 42. Those fours up. We'll be back with your fourth quarter action.
The Florida Tennessee game. I'm not asking you to pick, but do you say the winner of that game win the conference outright? I mean the conference tournament included.
What? You said what?
Huh? I said the winner of the Florida Tennessee game next week. Do you think the winner of that game wins the conference outright, regular season and tournament?
Um, I don't think so. Well, it depends. I think that next matchup will make it even spicier. And I'm loving Florida and how they're looking this season, but Tennessee is strong. They've been getting it clicking at the right time.
Good put back by Smith. Because they do have the Florida that has the reigning coach of the year, and it seems like every time Tennessee turns around, they think it's gonna be their year in the SEC. Then Kentucky happened last year, Bama happened the year before. I mean, I don't know why they thought they was better than Bama that year, but this year Florida comes to town. So every time Coach K thinks he has the SEC one, something happens.
Well, maybe this year they don't. I mean, the favorite is Florida right now. Um,
I would say the favorite is Tennessee right now. Now, next week is going to be a great game. I'm not saying Tennessee is going to win, but I think Tennessee's the favorite just because of the talent they have. I would say they have more explosive talent than Florida. You know, Mayors, Jello, the Egyptian Prince. You know, they have some explosive talent over there for Florida. I mean Tennessee.
yeah, we'll see how those matchups go. 'Cause that, if you don't match up well with a team, it'll be really tough. Um, I think last year, um, Tennessee's makeup, they were struggling to get a true identity. Oh, and
Woo,
Medici,
woo.
they're just showing out here in transition.
Yeah, you can see the difference. 35% shooting for Bama, 57 for Florida. You know, 5 minutes left. You think they reach 90?
Mm, nah, I think they get 8. Not, nah, no, I don't think they get to 90. Maybe low 80s. They're Schwerin corner 3, no good. And last season's matchup between Florida and Tennessee got the better of them off the back of Cooper Mears, and he had 26 in that game. But
Mm.
Florida just wasn't. They weren't as talented as they are this season. So we'll see. That
Yeah,
one
for the
good.
past, I would say the last two seasons, 3 seasons at least, Florida hasn't really been a factor in the SEC race. No, obviously this year is big change in that with all the talent they have, especially the All-American Luigi right there.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, SEC, Kentucky, they made a final, championship appearance last year, so they still have a decent team, and after last season, you can't count nobody out, So
Hmm. Yeah, but I think they're
so if
taking a step back this year in the SEC.
yeah, yeah, because they beat Tennessee 3 times last year.
Hmm.
Yeah, and if you beat a team 3 times, you're just better than them. You're just better than them. One sim, one game. You can say, hey, I chalk it up to the next game. But someone beat you 3 times, you just got to tip your hat and say you're the better team.
Yeah, they got your number. Swearing a nice jumper at the top of the key. Now Medici from downtown. Not able to hit, but there's Alden Smith. His putback no good.
Yeah, they got it down to 18 points, 16 points now. You know, Bama has been competing. But it's one thing with competing, another thing with actually, making stops to win a game.
As they try to make it more respectable. Here late is there Schwerin. No good, tips it back in. A 12-2 run the last 2 minutes for Alabama right before our eyes.
Yeah, just like that 14-point game. Florida has only outscored Bama by 1 point this half. So it shows Bama has the pieces to compete with Florida.
There's Yank, bottoms.
This they they just don't have. Oh, they have to get better offense to take them over the top to actually beat these teams.
Yeah. So now there's Uccelli. No good. Out over to Medici. So slow it down here. Good pass inside Medici. No good off the glass.
That's another name we haven't called in a while. Watts.
Timeout,
He
timeout.
has very quiet game. Probably scored 2 points. I want to say what 2 points
Yep,
this game.
probably yeah. You see, they a new rising star for them, the freshman Grayson
Yeah,
Yates, their leading scorer right now.
yeah. And the great thing about Yates, he haven't been dominated by Smith.
Yep.
You know, Smith won Player of the Game, but it's been a good matchup.
Yep.
It's been a very good matchup.
Yeah, Alden G. Smith in the player of the game. He's has some great rebounds. Might be close to a double double. It's a
Ooh,
nice
the
block from
block.
Schwerin. It reminds me of the block in the March Madness last year. He blocked it and then turned around and got posted off of it. But he definitely can meet a guy at the rim for a block for sure. On a steal by Medici. Yanka hold it.
Yeah, this second half has gone by quick.
Yeah.
They're not going to reach the 80 plateau.
Just thought it was no good.
Yeah, and Bama for all everything they have going on. If Barry makes these two free throws, they would have
Two
outscored
shots.
Florida in the second half.
Two.
So they have things to build on. It's just staying consistent. The conference is not lost in a sense. Like you have the conference tournament, you just have to build, keep on building till you get it right.
Yep, just keep working at it. Doesn't happen overnight, you know. Doesn't happen over one game. You gotta learn from your losses. I feel like it's better to lose than win. 'Cause you learn more from the game.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Ooh, Yank
After yeah, big
jacking it.
time shot,
Yeah.
big time shot. You know, definitely like that loss last week from Oklahoma State. It wasn't pretty, but we
Learn a
the
lot.
only thing we learned a lot. Yeah, we definitely learned a lot. we, they definitely opened our eyes, but you know, fortunately for us, that wasn't our championship game like it was there. So, we have a lot of room to grow, a lot of time to get it right.
Yep. Like those early season games, you're not gonna be the same team you're gonna be in the end. But some teams are.
Yep.
From way downtown doesn't hit anything but backboard.
Yes, it's probably going to be 15 point loss for Bama. They got outscored by two in the second half. That's something you could probably hang your hat on. For Florida, this has been like an uneven performance, but they got the job done. They won, so you got to take the wins where you can get them.
And when Kurtz able to get that layup, so I imagine Bama will run out the clock here.
Yeah, better than me. I definitely would have shot it.
And at the end of this one, Florida 75, Alabama 58. Florida continues their winning streak here in the SEC up to 2-0. And they will play next week. Got a big test against Tennessee for that #1 spot in the SEC. But for Bama, back to the drawing board again, still in search of that first win on the season. Um, got a lot to learn from in this game, a lot of good things to take from it. Just have to piece together a full four-quarter game. What are your thoughts on this game?
Like I mentioned earlier, Bama they gave up over 200 points in the last two games. They held Florida to 75 points, which is it's a good number. It's a good
Yeah,
number in this league. You hold a team to 75 points, you have a shot at winning. It's just their offense. You can see right there, 39% shooting, just won't get it done. No matter how good your defense or how solid your defense is on the other end.
it's the lowest scoring total for, well, Yeah, lowest scoring total for Florida since week 1 when they only scored 64 against Texas Tech. Or oh wait, never mind. Or since they
He scored
yeah
70.
75. I'm sorry, where they scored 75 versus Texas Tech. So uh, definitely in the right area as far as defensive minded for Alabama, but just couldn't get
Mm-hmm.
anything going on offense. Anything sticking out to you real quick?
That 2 for 13, 2 for 13 shooting for Bama. That's 9 points that Florida gained over them.
Yeah, that's struggled from downtown. I'm looking at the everything else seems to be pretty even. Maybe the defensive rebounding +7, assists +5. But yeah, everything else was pretty even as we take a look at the box scores. Brooklyn Kurtz, leading scorer for the Gators, with 13, 5 of 7 from the field, very efficient. Yank with 11, 4 and 2. All Adam Smith 11 and 2 off the bench, 3 for 5 from downtown. That double double for Alden Smith. 10 and 12 with a block and a steal apiece with a couple assists. Gumba Baba, very quiet game, 8, 3 and 4. But played some good defense on Schwerin. Medici struggled, 4 of 10, 0 for 3 from downtown, 8, 2 and 4. But you see, if they had that contribution from those guys, they would have scored a lot more. And
Mm,
Williams too. See, Florida did well stopping the 3 stars. For 3 of the stars for Florida, Baba, Medici, and Williams. And then Collar Smith was 6, 3 and 4. Money with 1 and 3, and 3 rebounds, 2 assists for Justin Banks. And for Bama, their leading scorer Grayson Yates, 13 and 9. Schwerin really struggled tonight. Good defense from Baba on him all night. 4-14, only having 9 points, maybe 9 and 2. Barry 6-8, 2 steals. Davis was 6. A lot of guys in single digit scoring for Alabama, even though Watts and Buccelli combined for 2 of 12, but had 8 assists. So you got to clean up that field goal percentage if you're for Bama. But we appreciate everyone tuning in. Any final thoughts for this one before we sign out? Because we got another game coming up next. Miami, Louisville.
solid win for Florida. There's things to take away for Bama to improve next week.
Yeah, for sure. Um, I appreciate all of y'all once again for tuning in. But for this one, it's your boy Dick Dickey, and joining me tonight was J Mac. We're signing out. Peace.